Today is July 21st, 2022. I just arrived at the airport in Biarritz in France, and this is where I'm gonna start walking to Santiago de Compostela. Biarritz is about 30 miles from the Spanish border, where they have the town of Irún, which is where the Northern Way or Camino del Norte officially starts. And I'm gonna try to find a route that they have, which is close to the airport, called La Voie de Littoral, which means the coastal way. It's a route that they have on the coast of France, and I know that this will take me to Irún. So it is 4:30 p.m. It's overcast, so it's not very hot. It's a good day for walking, and we'll see how it's gonna be like. After hiking over 4,000 miles in the last 2 years on trails in the United States, basically going through wilderness areas, it feels good to be back in Europe. The trails are much different here. Most of them are ancient pilgrimage routes, so that nowadays they go through some of them actually go through some major cities. I am now just in the outskirts of the town of Biarritz in the south of France, and I'm gonna try to find a route that they have here called La Voie de Littoral. So I hope I'll find it, and this trail pretty much goes along the coast all the way to Irún in the at the border with Spain. So Irún actually is a Spanish town. This is Basque country, so which covers an area in the south part of France and northern Spain. So as you can see, these are signs already for towns in Spain. San Sebastian, and the Northern Way goes right through it. So yeah, I feel motivated. I'm happy to be back in Europe, and I'm looking forward for this trip. It's gonna be nice. I was finally able to find a bike trail they have here, and this is my first view of the Atlantic Ocean in the town of Bidart in the south of France. And this is the first sign for the Way of St. James. Yes, I'm reaching the town of Bidart, and I already see a sign for the Way of St. James. I'm happy. Now I'm on the right track, as you can see. For most American hikers, the Way of St. James, it's not really a trail. I prefer calling it a route. As for example, right now, I'm walking on a bike trail, and sometimes you've got to walk on the road. It goes through towns, So it's quite different than hiking on trails in the US. As you can see, that's the sign for St. James Trail, or like they say in France, Le Chemin de Saint-Jacques, or Camino de Santiago in Spanish. So I'm happy to be here. Beautiful view of the Atlantic Ocean in Basque country. It's the town of Bidar, which is probably around 20 miles from the border with Spain. So I don't know how far I'll be walking today, but I want to spend a night in France. So I'll just find a place further down the road where I can stay, and tomorrow I'll continue on the same trail, which is already the way of St. James. You see, there are many routes through Europe leading to Santiago de Compostela. There are people who walk from Germany to Spain to Santiago. There are people coming from Poland. It's possible also to walk from Rome to Santiago. As I've said before, most routes in Europe are ancient routes that were done in the past by pilgrims, and people have been walking on these trails for over 1,000 years, and they have a lot of these routes in France. There are 4 major St. James routes in France, and as you can see, this is it. This is the sign. If one follows that sign, for sure he or she will reach the town of Santiago de Compostela in Galicia. As you can see, I was able to find Le Sentier du Littoral, which is the coastal way. It's written in Basque and French. This is Basque territory, which is a very rich region which covers southern France and northern Spain. In Spain they have their own dialect. So once I cross the border into Spain, it's possible to speak Spanish or Basque. In France, they mostly speak French here. I didn't expect to be doing any beach walking today, but here I am in the Plage de Centre, or the Center Beach, in the town of Bidart in France. I even got my feet all wet. I guess this is my baptism on the Way of St. James, the Northern Way of St. James. I will not resist going inside La Boulangerie and ordering a French baguette on my first day in France, walking Le Chemin de Saint-Jacques, the Way of St. James. Bonjour madame, je prends une baguette s'il vous plaît. Et je vais prendre aussi une thé de pêche.
Allez-y.
Très bien.
Alors 3,15 s'il vous plaît, merci. Et voilà bien, merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup madame.
Bonne soirée.
Bonne soirée.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. I'm reaching the town of Saint-Jean-de-Luz. It's a little bit past 8 p.m. I probably walked around 10 miles today, so I want to spend the night in France, so I'm gonna stay here tonight. I don't have a place yet. I'm gonna have to look for it. And Irun is probably another 10 to 15 miles from here. So tomorrow my plan is to walk to Irun, cross the border with Spain, and but this is a beautiful place, and I just want to enjoy the evening here. It's a coast town, and there is a marina right here, and yeah, it's a beautiful town. It's a pleasure to be here.